Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are psyched to have you here. I am, of course, Psych Manders. With me, as always, is Malpadiros.
Psych, this is the most exciting day next to the Super Bowl of our fantasy football calendar. I personally believe that this day is the day that everything is put on the line for these teams.
Well, for those of us who might be new, there is a way that we determine how exactly the draft is going to go, and that is, of course, through pitiless blood sport.
That's right. 30 men and women and potentially animals enter the ring, but only one can reign superior among them all, and that champion for that team will earn that team the first selection in the NJCFFL draft. It is going to be a barn burner of a slobber knocker.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would throw several adjectives on top of that. I would say bone-breaking. I would say, just visceral. That's what I'm after. I'm after the visceralness of this sport, and that's why I love it so much.
You are truly a language poet. So what can we expect to see? Who are some of these teams that are going to be jostling for these top spots?
Oh, well, of course, when you take a look at the last Rumble, we all know that Coach Bub Flipper put forward a man named D-Lo Brown. I'm not sure if that's his Christian name or not.
I'm pretty certain that's at least what's written here on the paper that was handed to me by our producer. D-Lo, or is it Dlo?
I don't know. I've never heard of him before.
Nor I. But, needless to say, he ended up monikering his way to a Rumble victory and giving Coach Bub Flipper the number one pick, which Bub Flipper decided to not even make it to the draft. The hipsters chose to send someone in their stead. Ironically enough, that person who was in his stead is Sean Martin. Now, Sean actually is now owning his own team this year.
That's a big step up from filling the shoes of Bub Flipper. Notoriously capricious man. I know him very well, as you know. As far as that goes, however, is there going to be a rivalry between Sean Martin and Scott Martin? That's his father. His own flesh and blood, and they will have representatives beating the snot out of each other in this Rumble.
Yeah, I really think that those two wrestlers are going to find their way into one another, and it's going to be a mess, a real bloodbath.
Absolutely.
Not the first time we've seen that. Of course, Coach Kylan Swanson, champion of 2 seasons ago.
Sure.
He has often laid the smackdown upon his own father, Daniel Swanson. I really am interested to see how that pans out as well this year.
A lot of people are really up on Kylan. They like to buy the market share. But how much is Kylan his own coach? And how much is he controlled by Ramona Swanson, the legendary coach of the Rainbow Unicorn Death Squad?
A multi-time champion, the Rainbow Unicorn Death Squad is definitely missed in the league. But to say that Kylan he literally is just the Pinocchio of the Swanson family.
Dancing off the strings, yes, absolutely.
Very, 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 very harsh. But now, very interested to see how that pans out. Who else can we look forward to?
Oh, well, of course, you can't bring up the Swansons without mentioning the Beast. Everybody's favorite, well, maybe not everybody's favorite, but the Not Very Goods. They're a great team. They got a lot of heart. They're the Not Very Goods.
Well, I mean, they just aren't very good.
It's true.
No one can ever put it quite as eloquently as Devin Funches when he let the Beast know exactly what he thought of him. We also have, of course, Joe Pfeiffer, the head coach of the Catskill Cleavers.
This guy.
Do you think that finally, for the first time since maybe the inaugural season of the NJCFFL, that he's going to find a way to win something?
Well, I mean, let's face facts. Joe Pfeiffer is a perennial loser. As far as the Catskill Cleavers go, they are like the toilet of the NJCFFL. as far as, you consider these people, I mean, really, maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but really the right word is desperate. These are dangerous, wild-eyed woodmen with literally nothing left to lose.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what happens when you get a bunch of guys together that have absolutely nothing to lose, especially in the wilds of the mountains or maybe just on the streets of Virginia. Also, Mark Lewis, our defending NJCFFL champion, Bricktop's Pig Farm. I expect to see him come out and dominate this Rumble. In fact, he and his champion is my selection to win this draft Rumble.
That is bold words, and I will say that a lot of teams were on thin ice, and he was beneath it when it cracked.
That's right. Well,
gobbled them up.
I think it's time. We are about to get this thing on. The first combatant is heading their way down to the ring now.
Absolutely. We're just getting ready. There's just excitement is in the air. Excitement is in the right in their pencil region. And there it is, the dove
flying majestically above the arena.
So beautiful. Oh my goodness! These pyros are full technicolor. My goodness! What a display! What an absolute great display! Here we go. It's time. It is time for the Rumble. Oh, I'm excited beyond. Oh my God!
It's the mailman, Joseph Pfeiffer's. The mailman, I should say. Joe Pfeiffer's combatant for the Rumble. Look at his hair. My God.
He has definitely moved to the alt-right mall. He is large and in charge.
This is the kind of guy that you certainly wouldn't want to meet on the wrong side of the mail sack.
Absolutely not. I mean, this is a man who is dangerous. He probably has multiple things. And what's in that bag?
I just can't help but look at his socks. My God, what kind of animal still wears tube socks?
I want to know where he got that throw from. I mean, that is majestic.
He has very much a flowing throw of ferocity.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, let's see. We're going to get some more people, some more opponents coming in. It's Bill Bruno! It's Bill Bruno himself! I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Bill Bruno is on his way to the ring.
He will face off against the mailman as the first two combatants. This, the champion for Kylan Swanson.
You've got to wonder if the sigil of the Ultimate Warrior is going to magically empower him to win this sporting contest.
His strut is impossible, raising his fist with such passion, such power.
You know what, Maul? I think I'm going to be the first to say this, but Bill Bruno belongs to that ring.
He looks so good.
Look at that flexing, just playing to the crowd there.
Who doesn't love Bill Bruno?
I mean, everybody, this arena is on its feet for this brave, middle-aged man.
I couldn't have said it any better.
That's why I said it that way, Mo.
And here they go, these two men about to lock horns.
Bill Bruno making sure, just testing, then a lock. Oh! Mailman with a front headlock. It's down to the mat. Bill Bruno definitely feeling those impacts and stop.
That's exactly what you get when you get a true professional like the mailman there against Bill Bruno.
You know what? The mailman, you've got to look at that. What a reverse. That's the science, the appreciation of the sport. Bill Bruno is a true sportsman and slamming the mailman's head to the mat.
He's definitely watched a lot of wrestling in preparation for this battle. This is fantastic.
Oh my God, what a power slam. However, 1 second, we've got a new entry.
It's Braun Strowman. Strong Leg Arts Tombstone. This is over Scott Martin's combatant.
Oh my goodness, Bill Bruno just immediately takes him to the ground.
You know, there's a lot of hatred here. Bill Bruno actually works with Scott Martin. I can imagine that these two have had many a conversation about it.
They just let Strowman just hang around there. Now Bill Bruno paying the price for his hubris as the mailman tries to throw him out.
He fights his way back in. And
Bill Bruno has a lot of... Oh, again, that's the sneakiness of the mailman. But in 9 seconds, we're going to have a new combatant. It's going to change the entire landscape. But right now, Strowman and the Mailman just having their way with Bill.
I'm really impressed with all of the things that the Mailman has in his sack.
Oh, man. It's the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik. Oh, the Iron Sheik for this event from Dina Bruno. Dina Bruno,
Last year was her final year in the league. She decided to take a year off, but here she sends in the Iron Sheik, and he goes right to work against the Mailman.
you might say that he's looking after the Mailman. He will fuck his ass, break his back, and make him humble.
Humble indeed, and here,
Oh my goodness.
my God, and Strowler is just ruining Bruno. Bruno fights back. Look at Bill go.
Look at the Iron Sheik, just so hockey right now. My fighting the Mailman. I gotta say, the Iron Sheik looks amazing considering his age.
A man of his stature can't be. Wait, Pfeiffer's fighting him. Oh, Mailman's fighting him off.
It's the. Oh my God! It's the Poop Smith. It's the Poop Smith. Oh goodness! Everyone, please wash your hands. And eyes, just everywhere. Those feces encrusted gloves are just gonna get
Right to work on the mail. Just the Iron Sheik kicking.
Putting his fingers into the Mailman's mouth, hoping that maybe he'll get just some sort of disease. Meanwhile, Bill Bruno is still in this thing, even though he is on the receiving end of Strowman.
I love how the Poop Smith is hanging back, letting this rumble come to him right now. That's a smart move up there. Cagey maneuver.
Absolutely. We've got a new wrestler coming in.
It's Ric Flair! Ric Flair, the nature! Believe it in this. This is the combatant for our defending champion, the NJCFFL champion, and now he's lying flat in his back.
Absolutely. That was not a very auspicious start. I think you might want to change your wager there, Mo.
Well, I tell you, Ric Flair, you cannot count him out. He is the cagiest of the cagey veterans.
Absolutely.
And he's about as old as the Iron Sheik. They're really fantastically matched up.
Absolutely. I'd heard Ric Flair was in the hospital. It looks like he's as fresh as the daisy as he's coming in to battle against the Iron Sheik. Very cunningly avoiding that elimination.
Flair with a pile driver.
What a pile driver. And Bill Bruno has taken the momentum away from Strowman, and he is just ruining the big look at that strike.
My God, and the Poop Smith and the Mailman are just going at it at one another.
This has to be some sort of war. I mean, maybe one of them is wrong, the other.
Goodness gracious.
Strowman, the Iron Sheik, to the edge of the ring. Bill Bruno trying to eliminate the big man.
Can Strowman stay on? Kennedy, Bruno's working him. Bill Bruno, push, and
he turned out he did turn it nuts. Strowman's a big guy, you know what
this is going on now. Bill Bruno is very, very close.
The Poop Smith has absolutely, the Mailman has turned it around. You've got to wonder if those particles of feces are taking their toll on the Mailman.
Well, it does make him a bit more slippery than the average combatant.
That is absolutely true, man. That's a good point to bring up. Look at this Iron Sheik. Oh my God! Is he busted open? I think the Mailman is busted open.
I think he is. Goodness
Smith, you evil son of a bitch!
Mailman fights him off. Look at Bill Bruno go. Bill Bruno into the corner.
This is dangerous here. Strowman is the bigger man.
No, he got pushed away as if it was just half of a man. Oh my God! Now he's on the outside.
Oh, Bill Smith has just eliminated the Mailman.
The Mailman will have the final selection in the first round. This is just a horrible turn of events for Joe Pfeiffer.
Some people might say hot, steamy internet justice.
I would agree. I think that nothing is as justified as Joe Pfeiffer being the ultimate loser.
Absolutely. Now, it looks like the Iron Sheik is just being demolished by the Poop Smith and Flair. Bill Bruno's still trying to eliminate Strowman.
It's gotta happen soon. It's gotta happen soon.
It's happened. It has happened. Strowman is furious.
Scott Martin's champion has been eliminated. He will have the second to last nomination in the auction. That's a big, big win. I tell you, Kylan has to be impressed with what Bill Bruno's been doing.
Absolutely. Well, considering how deeply that connection runs.
The Iron Sheik was just the Iron Sheik was eliminated. My God, I didn't even see it. Flair is on one knee. He seems wounded. He seems tired.
And now the Poop Smith involved. Oh, look at that. Bill Bruno is just so agile. He's decidedly agile. Oh, goodness. Reverse DDT. That puts a lot of strain on the back of that skull and the neck. It's Hornswoggle. Oh my God, it's Hornswoggle.
Now the freaking Luxax owners, Dennis Adessos, brings in Hornswoggle, and he talked a lot of game, and he brings in the littlest combatant for the record.
Well, you've got to admire Hornswoggle, Slot. He's a tiny little Irish nugget who is getting annihilated with a man with poop-covered gloves.
Well, I mean, haven't we all? I mean, Ric Flair now working on Bill Bruno, and Flair!
Oh, no, Flair eliminates Bill Bruno, but you've got to give it to Bret Hart from the rookie wrestler.
He did a really great job. He eliminated, so far, the biggest combatant that we've seen.
Absolutely.
What a fight it was, and he was, remember, the second man in.
Absolutely. That's just how the cookie crumbles, but we're about to know it's like, God, it's Mr. Perfect. It's Mr. Perfect. And that is, of course, the other Palmadeiros of the Lakers Rituals has sponsored Mr. P.
That's the third year in a row that Mr. Perfect has come down for the Lakers Originals, and he's in trouble right now.
Well, I mean, you've got to remember, Ric Flair still does exist on this earth, whereas this is Mr. Perfect's digital simulacrum of a living being. He is a dead man.
Well, I mean, rather spiritual. I would Flair, my goodness, Ric Flair is a technician going after the knee. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's now playing to the ground. Look at that. Hornswoggle also is gonna fly.
That midget is going to fly right off those ropes.
I can't look
onto the boots, man. Oh, he got him.
I can't even believe
what an impact. Oh, hey, it's Pegleg Greg.
Pegleg Greg on his way down to the ring. He is going to lay down the law as the song goes.
Absolutely. He is definitely going to try to, but for the moment he seems disgusted by the Poop Smith. Look at him just trying to roll him out of the ring like he's a piece of garbage.
God, you can smell the Poop Smith from here.
It's absolutely awful. I can't use enough sanitize. I've used an entire bottle already.
Goodness, Ric Flair continues to work on Mr. Perfect. There must be some type of vendetta against these two.
It's the living versus the dead, the eternal soul dance.
Oh my God! That was sudden. I cannot believe it. Mr. Perfect has been eliminated.
Well, as I said, you put a living man against a dead man. The living man's gonna win all the time.
Is that Harambe?
It looks like a monkey. It looks like a great ape. My God, it's Harambe.
The great ape, a grape ape?
Look at this crowd. It is on its feet. Dicks out for Harambe. Exactly as he would have wanted.
Well, I mean, suddenly we are all just shocked in our crottal regions for Harambe marching down to the ring.
Oh my goodness. Pegleg Greg was almost eliminated there by the Poop Smith.
Well, there's some brotherly hatred between these two, and again, Pegleg now working on the Poop Smith.
You know, everybody loves to hate Shartsville and the Gravy Legs.
I mean, they are the second most reviled team in the league.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Harambe and Flair teaming up to get Hornswoggle out of there.
That little guy,
he's very cagey, though. Look at him holding on for dear life. No! Oh my God! He avoided death.
Oh, Harambe goes to work on Ric Flair now.
He must be frustrated. Brian Knobs? Are we expecting Sags in here too? Is this going to be a Nasty Boys thing?
I guess that there's potential for that, but here's Brian Knobs, the champion for the Portland Hipsters.
Of course. Bump Flipper and owner Mike Sanders are going to choose to send the wrong Nasty Boy. Everybody knows that Sags is the better Nasty Boy.
It's Hornswoggle right away.
Those lessons of the street seeming to pay those dividends for Knobs.
Well, I tell you, he's in there right now. I expect wholeheartedly to see him and the Poop Smith go hands to hand. I mean, he is nasty.
He is absolutely very nasty, but the hatred going on between him and Pegleg Greg, that is going to be hard to tame.
My goodness, look at Ric Flair. He's going after Harambe. Oh, Harambe now.
Everybody knows Ric Flair was mauled by a gorilla when he was very young. He must still have some sort of hatred for the noble Harambe.
I mean, I heard the reason that he mastered the figure 4 leg lock was to never be caught in that situation again.
Knobs and Harambe. The Bootsman has been eliminated. He is furious, flinging feces everywhere.
No, like a true sore sport.
Peg Leg Greg and Harambe trying to massage their men off the ropes here.
Well, I mean, Ric Flair always loves a good pec massage. Flair's been eliminated!
Oh my God, Peg Leg Greg from nowhere!
It's Hercule! Now, the not very good owner Dan Swanson sends in this gentleman. I believe this is from Dragon Ball Z.
Technically, Paul, if you wanted to pay the correct homage to Glorious Nippon, his name would be Mr. Satan.
Oh, well, very well, Mr. Satan it is, and he goes right to work on Harambe.
Oh, look at Peg Leg Greg thrusting that shoulder right into the stomach, and Knobs is not happy about that, but they are brawling in the middle of the ring.
Peg Leg going for the suplex.
And he gets it.
Nice.
Very good.
Good hanging suplex. Who knew? Who knew Peg Leg Greg was so agile?
Peg Leg Greg has had a resurgence lately. I mean, if he's anything like Greg Cooter, perhaps it's just the veneer, that patina of age that grows finer with every passing.
And speaking of patina, the golden one, the shattered dream and Goldust has entered the ring. The Georgie O'Keefe Vagina Flowers and Owner Marion Lyon have sent in Goldust to do some damage, and I think Goldust is working that move. He's going to go right after Peg Leg Greg.
Oh my God, look at him. He's like a walking Guffest.
A walking Guffest indeed. He is stalking Harambe right now.
He's just sitting in the middle of the ring, creeping everybody out.
Look at that. Working on Hercule here.
Man, Knobs is not having any of what Peg Leg Greg.
Hercule seems to be in trouble. No, he fights off Goldust.
Mr. Satan is a very cagey competitor as well. We've got a new wrestler in the ring, Michael Jackson. Now, Bill Bruno didn't have enough being the number 2 entry into the ring.
Absolutely not. He has sent in a spoiler, and this is Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is immediately just being punished by Goldust, who must be a little jelly.
Well, I tell you, there is nothing quite like the Thriller night.
I will say that Michael Jackson's thin bird-like bones cannot stand up to this kind of punishment for long.
Well, he certainly can't take a punch to the nose. I mean, he
would just disintegrate into dust. Peg Leg trying to barnacle Knobs out of the way, but Mr. Satan saves him.
Harambe! Get the crowd all about Harambe right now. Oh, he gets destroyed by Peg Leg. Goodness gracious, Peg Leg Greg taking no prisoners.
Coming after Mr. Satan right there. Goldust and Michael Jackson, considering they're just continuing this.
Michael, goodness, that's a really great move.
Absolutely.
All those those years of dance must have really worked out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely increased his limberness. I mean, he's probably much less likely to pull a muscle than Goldust.
I would tend to agree. I mean, who said Joe Jackson wasn't good for something?
Well, I mean, beating children always high in my book.
I tend to agree. And Peg Leg, what a punch!
What a brawl it is between Peg Leg and Harambe. This is a barn burner over here.
Well, I mean, I've never seen 2 gorillas fight in real life before. Knobs has been eliminated. There will not be a repeat for the Portland Hipsters.
That's not like
top of the charts.
It's not like it would help the Hipsters anyway. Their season was abysmal last year.
Wait, Harambe's been eliminated.
Harambe, no!
Peg Leg has done it.
Not again.
Right to work. Peg Leg Greg is really doing a great job.
Peg Leg
now working on what is it, Mr. Satan?
Michael Jackson now attempting to push Goldust out of the ring.
He's working on him.
Oh my God! I thought that was the end for sure.
Look at Michael. Wow, Michael Jackson! What a move!
Michael Jackson, he's definitely been a sleeper hit. Goldust was dominating him at the start, but now it looks like he has turned the table.
Hercule is eliminated. Peg Leg Greg, Dan Swanson's champion, eliminates Greg Cooters. Man, those two are going to have it out during the season, I bet, over that.
Absolutely. You can tell the Beast is probably frenzying in anticipation of that high draft pick.
And here's Hercule working on Michael right now.
Oh, what a move!
Excellent power bomb. Ooh, kick to the solar plexus.
Goldust is just stalking, biding his time.
While he's waiting for the next entry into the ring, it is Chris Jericho, the Philadelphia Fanatics, +1. The owner, Onyx Garcia, fresh out of rehabilitation.
Straight out of Philly. However, Chris Jericho, an odd choice. I probably would have gone with somebody a little bit more Philly.
Well, I mean, all he ever wanted was to break the walls down, especially these last season when he was barred from entry for performance-enhancing drugs.
Absolutely. Maybe the NJFFL will be his saving grace. It remains to be seen. All I know is that right now, Jericho is bringing it to Goldust.
Yeah, these two are working on it, and Michael Jackson continues to fight the good fight over there with Mr. Satan, but here Satan is working on him to get him outside of the ring.
Oh my goodness, it's Chief Gronk! Chief Gronk has come in at the expense of Goldust. Chief Gronk is just putting heap big punishment right now on oh my goodness, Chief Gronk just took a Chief Gronk with the strongest of magic right now doing some damage. Chief Gronk is in heap big trouble right now, however, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Satan working on it.
Jericho seems to have missed.
Holy wow!
What
Chief Gronk is getting manhandled right now. I expected a lot more out of him. He is such a powerhouse. Maybe Coach Bill Belichick will come in and tag out for him and help him out.
Everybody knows that Sir William Belichick is in India with civilized boy Tim Tam, the quarterback of his team, the Patriots.
The $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase is in for Eric Menzie and the Dobbs Ferry Federalists. He goes right to work with the Chief Gronk. Now look at Gronk go.
I mean, you couldn't have chosen a better wrestler if you sat down and had encyclopedias open. That is such a great wrestler for a team of lazy, overrated fat cats like the Federalists.
I completely agree. The $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase gets not a lot of respect for being as technically sound as he was, but he was awfully lazy late in his career.
Well, right now he is treating Chief Gronk to a beatdown right now. Chief Gronk is just...
the Jar Jar Trumps have sent in Patrick Starr. Owner Sean Martin, look at him. Oh my God, he's a mess.
Who is this monster? I don't understand him. Well, he's going right after Mr. Satan, whoever it is. My God, he's just throwing him out of the ring like a dad removing a toddler from a pool.
Ted DiBiase has Chief Gronk on the line.
Chief Gronk, you have to fight back.
Use your strong magic. Chief Gronk, he finds his way back into the ring. Now, from what I understand, Patrick Starr is a member of the character cast of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Ah, I see. I don't watch children's cartoons.
I often do, especially now.
Yeah, that is true. That is your fate. But right now it looks like Chief Gronk is trying to get DiBiase out of there. My goodness, that music is so familiar. I believe
it's Mankind, the spoiler for Coach Ramona Swanson. The Rainbow Unicorn Death Squad choose this man to enter the ring, and he goes right to the bottom of the back. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Chief Gronk still continuing this powwow that he's having with Ted DiBiase, who's choosing a very interesting way to try to throw him out of the ring.
Ted gonna get him out. Chief he's very top heavy. Chief Gronk again.
Oh no, not Chief Gronk.
Chief Gronk was
the big warrior.
He's eliminated by Ted DiBiase and the Federalists. It's only right that a New York team would eliminate Chief Gronk.
You know what? I wish I had anything else to say to that mall, but I do not. DiBiase is on a tear right now, trying to throw Jericho out now.
He did the exact same thing, and
he did it. He did it again. $1 million man, just a spanner.
He goes right to work on. Jeez. Ted DiBiase consecutive wrestlers, and he goes right to work on Mankind. There's no rest for Ted DiBiase. He has the power of Christ with him.
Ted DiBiase is motivated by greed in his heart, and we all know that greed is good.
That's right. Patrick Starr still in there watching now, standing back, making sure that all things are on.
What's he gonna do? He's a cartoon character. I mean,
he's a starfish. He's got many tentacled appendages.
Maybe he can use some of those appendages to do some wrestling.
Well, look at Ted DiBiase gloating over both of his fallen enemies. Amazing.
There is just a tiny black piece of coal. Oh no, it is Bam Bam Bigelow!
Entry number 20 into the Rumble is Bam Bam Bigelow of the Lip Smack and Flapjacks, and he goes right to work. This, yet another shadow from the grave.
Most definitely, Bam Bam animated into life through the most blasphemous magics that we have. It worked for you, the PSBN fans, tonight.
And look, and Patrick Starr is continuing to work on him. Mankind now on the outside. Ted DiBiase
just taunting him. My God,
trying to make it 4, maybe 5 people that he's eliminated. Ted DiBiase working on Mankind. No, it won't happen today.
It won't happen, not today. But DiBiase gets another chance as Bam Bam working on Patrick Starr.
These 4 combatants are brawling it out, and oh my goodness,
what a right hand!
Starr also fought off. Goodness gracious!
Oh, and now it's DiBiase's turn to fend off Mankind.
No, not like this. No.
Oh, I think this might be no. DiBiase with a quick kick.
Thumb to the eye, definitely doing the work that he needs to do.
Kick to the
wow, look at the strength of Bam Bam.
God, how much does a starfish weigh? I don't even know.
Gut wrench powerbomb. That's got to be difficult. Is that a submission hold? What is DiBiase doing?
DiBiase just looking to inflict maximum amount of pain, anything to make him feel something in the depths of his dead corporate heart.
Well, I mean, that's something that you got to think, and also the Mankind has been in some of the most
he's just standing over Mankind,
staring down at
Patrick Starr, trying to move that big body,
and it looks like he might have it.
Bam Bam holding on for dear life. Comes back in.
I can't believe it.
What a headbutt by Bam Bam.
And now Mankind is now taking the advantage over. No, he hasn't. A back body drop by DiBiase. He is on fire right
DiBiase right now is a table turner. How much longer can any of these men last? However, Mankind doing his best to spoil the very Federalists' entry into the draft.
Well, Mankind continuing to work hard on DiBiase. Patrick Starr now looming large over Bam Bam. Bam Bam takes him down.
Great reversal. Again, everybody forgets how quick Bam Bam Bigelow is. He is very quick for a big man.
And exceptionally for a big, old, and dead man.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he's very fast in our evil sorcerer's ring. Real world, not so much, Mo.
This is pretty fantastic, actually. The reversal after reversal after reversal. These 4 are really on top of it. Now, DiBiase has an opportunity to eliminate Mankind. One of the last spoilers, I believe, the last spoiler in the Rumble.
Absolutely. I mean, this would be huge. This would be amazing. But Mankind is just so tough. What can you do
and now
to
DiBiase,
hurt Mankind?
Now he has another chance. Patrick Starr also on the ropes. Bam Bam working him over. No.
Oh, Patrick Starr again showing maybe some of the lessons he's learned from under the sea.
Yes, Ted DiBiase's
done it again.
I think that is now 4 combatants that he has eliminated in the Rumble. This is
and he's going for 5. Bam Bam.
No.
Can anything stop Ted DiBiase?
The $1 million man. No. Bam Bam stays on the outside. This has been a fantastic Rumble. 3 men left. Well, 2 men
and a starfish. My God. I get the tension in the air. You can cut it with a knife.
Patrick Starr has Bam Bam on the ropes.
Look at the intelligence of DiBiase just hanging back and watching.
Patrick Starr. No, it's not going to happen today.
Bam Bam just too strong.
This would be 2 out of 3 years that Coach John Crawford has the champion of the Rumble. If Bam Bam could pull this off, this would be fantastic. A coup, I tell you.
Absolutely. This would send reverberations through the PSBN universe.
Oh, nice. What a wonderful gut stop.
My God, I just look at how composed. Oh, not anymore. Now that's a big punch to the face by Bam Bam.
Oh, but Patrick Starr quick with that takedown. And this is a very interesting 3 very, very unique styles.
Absolutely. We've seen Bam Bam in the Rumbles before. He has never gotten this far. Maybe this once he's going to try his heart out.
Well, I believe he actually was entry number 1 last year, and he fought his way gallantly for the first little while, but he seems to be in a good position right now. Ted DiBiase, though, he has been the best wrestler in the Rumble right now.
He's definitely the man to be.
And now DiBiase working on Bam Bam Bigelow. Patrick Starr just watching.
Looking on, saving his energy, letting the big man exhaust himself. That's a good strategy.
And he missed with his chop. And
look at us howling. No, Patrick Starr says, not today, Bam Bam. Not today.
Could it be that Patrick Starr is in the pocket of Ted DiBiase?
What would Ted DiBiase bribe him with?
Sand dollars! Sand dollars!
I was going to say mollusk small, but you're right. It would be sand dollars.
And now Patrick Starr back on Ted DiBiase. And
what a backbreaker.
Wonderful backbreaker. And now Bam Bam Bigelow watching from the sideline.
Looks like he wants to get in on the action. Thrusts Patrick Starfish away.
And now Patrick Starr continued to throw some punches. And now Ted DiBiase again to the outside of the ring. And Patrick Starr
just like right on right. But DiBiase is
absolutely
far too strong. And big axe handle for Bam Bam.
Now Patrick Starr on the outside of the ring.
Oh, what a clothesline. DiBiase's gotta feel that one in the morning. Maybe for the next few
What a reversal. This is pretty fantastic. And again, Patrick Starr suffering through. Bam Bam. Wow.
These men just are interrupting each other. It's a very technical match at this point. You don't want to be the last one remaining. You want to be the last one who can actually breathe. You want to be the last one who can actually fight.
Patrick Starr now humping DiBiase. Wait, no, that's
maybe demoralizing. I think that was a demoralizing move. Look at that, breaking it up. Patrick Starr. Oh, what a vicious power slam. Bam Bam is gonna fly.
This is impossible. What is he doing?
He's just waiting.
It's so dangerous.
Oh my goodness! My goodness! Bam Bigelow! Look at him go!
He is dominant now. Bam Bam is in complete control. This has to be his Rumble to win.
Bam Bam. Oh, but look at that DiBiase. How is DiBiase still in this?
And now he's resting in the corner. What a wise, sage wrestling championship move that is.
That is definitely a veteran's move, Maul.
Wait, he's up. He's on the outside.
He looked very floppy on that throw. I don't know. Bam Bam knocks him out.
I can't believe it, but Bam Bam Bigelow has eliminated Ted DiBiase, and here we are. Patrick Starr.
It all comes down to this.
Bam Bam Bigelow. I can't believe what I'm seeing here, Psych. I would have never thought that these two men would
versus Starfish.
This has got to be something crazy. Ooh, nice shoulder to the gut.
Patrick Starr hanging on against Bam Bam Bigelow, but how is he going to hold on against the monster, the beast from the east?
Well, who is going to end up with the number one pick? Is it going to be the Flat? It's Bam Bam!
It's Bam Bam Bigelow!
Bam Bam Bigelow! That means Patrick Starr, our number one draft selection, will be John Crawford.
My God! What an eventful night this has been! Bam Bam Bigelow flying
there it is. That was right there was the move that sealed it for him.
Absolutely. If he what a high risk maneuver, but high risk, high payoff. It seems that the lip smacking Flapjacks will have the first pick in the 2017 draft.
This is a very impressive performance by Bam Bam Bigelow, now a two-time champion.
Absolutely. Well, what a night, Maul. I cannot even believe what we've witnessed tonight. It beggars the imagination.
Truly a fantastic performance. I am most impressed at what Ted DiBiase did, but you gotta give props where props are due. Bam Bam Bigelow, John Crawford knows how to select his champion to go into the Rumble now, his second time winning the Rumble and getting that number one overall selection. So, very quickly, who do you suspect he's going to put up as the number one draft choice?
Well, I mean, with the bevy of injuries as we push our tired football men onto the field to die once again, I would have to bet more on a position than on a single player. I think maybe he's going to go for a receiver of some kind, a wide receiver, maybe an Antonio Brown.
Well, I tend to disagree completely because there really is only one person on his heart. We all know who it is. It's Colin Kaepernick. We love you, Colin. Thank you very much for all your hard work.
Absolutely. Colin,
call us also.
Yeah, we have a juicy broadcasting opportunity for you.
We are very much waiting for this, but I'm excited for the season. This was a great Rumble. Take us home, Psych.
Well, from all of us here at PSBN, to all of you out there on the internets or right here in Sykes' house. We hope you have a great 2017. Good night, folks.